When you work solo like I do, there are times when you need to call in some help, whether it's to capture multiple angles or pull off a production with a lot of moving parts. In fact, that's exactly what happened recently when I was brought in as a second shooter to help a friend film a video for his client. This isn't the first time I've been a second shooter, and every time I do it, I learn something new. Working alongside another videographer brings a new perspective, and it's a chance to see how someone else approaches the same job you do by yourself. In this video, I'll walk you through the benefits and challenges of being a second shooter. Plus, if you stay until the end, I'll share my top tips to help you be an effective second shooter and really make an impact on set. So let's get into it. Here's some background about the shoot I was a part of. My friend Basil asked me to help him film a promotional video for a bulletproof and stab-proof vest and collar for canine police and military dogs. They wanted to show all of the vest's features and how easily the dogs can move in it while on the job. Basil came up with the concept for the video and needed to film multiple angles for each scene and a limited number of takes because in 2 of the scenes, the dogs would be biting a trained professional playing the bad guy in the video, and they can't be in an extended period of agitation, which happens every time they go in for the attack. Basil reached out and asked if I could join him on set to help film everything quickly. I agreed to do it because it was a totally different production environment than the corporate videos I'm used to, and that's the first benefit of being a second shooter. You get exposure to all kinds of different filming environments, which helps you grow as a videographer. Never in my life did I imagine that I'd be so close to a police dog ready to take down a suspect that I was in this shoot, and probably never will again. This was my first time filming with animals, and let me tell you, it gave me a whole new appreciation for the level of preparation and care it takes to get those shots. Another benefit is having the opportunity to learn from the lead videographer. You get to observe their decision-making process, camera gear they're using, how they compose their shots, and client interactions in real time. I got to learn more by watching Basil in action, and this is an invaluable learning experience for anyone, whether you've been doing this for years or just starting out. While you might not always get to take credit for the main shots, being a second shooter allows you to gather valuable footage that you can use in your portfolio. For example, I got some great shots of the dog leaping towards the bad guy, and those shots are something I can always use to showcase my filming skills to potential clients for future work. Working as a second shooter puts you in the same room with producers, clients, and other crew members and gives you the opportunity to network with them and potentially get future work through referrals, or if you need to hire extra crew for a future shoot. It's a great way to get your foot in the door for more work. One of the other big benefits is that it gives you access to all of the gear each videographer owns. If the lead and second shooter have similar amounts of camera gear, then that's double the gear that can be used without having to rent more. For example, Basil asked me to bring my Amaran 200D light because he didn't have another light to use in the barn scene. And since he was going to be filming on a gimbal, I also brought mine along. That way we were able to both film moving shots instead of only one of us having stable footage. The last benefit is less responsibility. Unless you have a type A personality, then this may be a con for you. As a second shooter, you get to focus on capturing footage and assisting with the technical aspects. You don't have to manage the entire shoot or constantly interact with the client if you don't want to, or make big creative decisions. It's a great way to enjoy working on the production without feeling the pressure of managing everything. Now some challenges. The first is that you're working to complement the vision of the lead videographer, which means that your creative input might be limited. While you can offer suggestions, you may not always have the freedom to make major creative decisions or shape the overall vision of the project. Remember that the lead is in charge of the project's vision, and you need to be respectful of their decisions and contribute in a way that enhances their work without taking over. I'm lucky enough Basil is open to my ideas and suggestions, but not everyone is like that. Also, you may not have a steady stream of work if you're only working as a second shooter. Your role often depends on the lead videographer's needs or the availability of bigger projects and budgets. This can result in less job security, and you may have to find multiple gigs to make consistent income from it. As a second shooter, the focus tends to be on the lead videographer and the client, which means you don't always have the opportunity to showcase your own brand or style of work. You're working to enhance someone else's vision rather than promoting your own personal brand or filming style as a videographer. While being a second shooter gets you in the door, you may not always get the chance to work on larger, more high-profile projects that the lead is handling. This can limit your opportunities to build a portfolio with bigger clients or high-budget productions. What are some things you can do to be an effective second shooter? Always have clear communication with the lead videographer and ask questions if you're unsure about anything. This ensures you're both aligned on the creative decisions, shot lists, and expectations. Get a copy of the shot list from the lead shooter and familiarize yourself with it before the shoot. Understanding their vision will allow you to anticipate their needs and help you be prepared to capture additional angles or B-roll without waiting to be told to do so. Also, stay in sync with the lead videographer's shots and capture angles or B-roll that complements their footage. Keep an eye out on what they're filming so you don't duplicate shots. Respect their space and avoid getting in their shot. Be mindful of where you are and where you're positioning your camera, especially in tight spaces or when the lead is capturing the main shot. Things rarely go as planned on set, or what was scripted may not be realistic to the particular job function you're portraying, and it needs to be changed on the spot. Be flexible and ready to adapt quickly if the lead asks you to change your shot or something unexpected pops up. Be prepared to move your equipment or adjust lighting without hesitation. That actually happened during this shoot where we had to change some scenes around as we were filming. You have to roll with the punches even when things don't go as planned. Sometimes the small things make the biggest difference. Be the lead videographer's second set of eyes and focus on details like the background, lighting, making sure the subject is in focus, or how the subject looks on camera. These subtle details are especially important when you're trying to maintain continuity between shots. Don't just wait for the lead to tell you what to do next. Look for opportunities to be proactive and make a contribution. Suggest new angles. Take initiative with filming the B-roll shots while the lead is talking to the client, or adjust the setup without being asked. Anticipate the needs of the shoot because the lead already has a lot on their mind and it just helps them out. While offering creative suggestions can be helpful, remember that the lead is in charge of the project's vision. Be respectful of their decisions and contribute in a way that enhances their work without taking over. Pack gear that complements the lead setup. This may include backup cameras, lenses, batteries, lights, or audio equipment. Being prepared with the right gear for the job ensures you can handle any situation. Being a second shooter has its benefits and challenges, but it's a great way to learn, grow, and get involved in different types of productions. If you ever get the opportunity to be a second shooter, take full advantage of it. For those of you who have been second shooters, how did it help you improve your videography skills? And if you're a lead videographer, what do you look for in a second shooter? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you out, do all the YouTube things, like and subscribe for more of these types of videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.